Okay, so today's nearly slipped live feed is actually just sharing an example that I saw that you probably saw recently with regards to saying yes to something and then just worrying about the how later, the worries, the fears, the what ifs later, because we all go through it. And if you didn't see it, it was the boxing. So you've got Anthony Joshua, who's just winning all the time. Hi, Julie. And so you've got Anthony Joshua, who's just winning all the time, doing really well, has a fight, someone pulls out, they need a replacement, and then some kind of unheard of guy to most people, unless you're probably a raving boxing fan, comes in who, without judging, kind of looks a bit out of shape compared to Anthony Joshua anyway. And he's got kind of 6 weeks to prepare for a fight, and kind of given that, you could argue in that position, you might be thinking, wow, should I really take this if I just get beaten really badly? Will this look really bad? Is it the right time? Should I wait until I've got a few more fights? I'll be a bit more prepared. We kind of justify it. A bit like maybe you've got a job interview and you're like, or this job comes up and you're like, oh, should I apply or should I wait until I've got a bit more experience? Or, oh, I don't know if I'm good enough for that because, I haven't got that. And then you often regret it because you then realise later on, the person who's got it, you think, oh, I could have got that actually. And my point is that the boxer, so he comes in and he wins very comfortably actually. Saw some highlights and he's just really impressive actually. A bit of a machine. So, and he wins and it's like real shock. And then it's a question of, well, how does he actually, hi Kim, how does he motivate himself to make that decision? Or how does he have the courage to make that decision? And I think it's down to realising that inaction also has a consequence. So if he'd have said no to that fight, could he have actually lived with himself? So the fact that he turned down a big title fight, how often would they come up? The opportunities don't always come up. Sometimes you can't really wait for the right time because I don't think it exists. Like having kids. Oh, wait until we got this sorted. Wait until we got this sorted. There's no real perfect time, as I found out. And you just have to adapt to it. Now, so the cost of inaction, could he have actually lived with himself, or if he'd have said no to that fight? Imagine if he'd have said no to that, he'd be there thinking, now, wow, that could have been me on that night, etc., etc. And I think it's starting to think of that with when you do the thing, when you're struggling for motivation with exercise or eating well or meal planning, what's the cost if you don't do it? On how you feel. Movement, mobility, joint health, could go as far as diabetes, and then going back to your why again, what's the point in doing it anyway? Health, fitness, time with family, longer, etc. All these things. I think I just wanted to share that because you've probably been there before, where you think, yeah, you just want to stay the same. It's more comfortable staying the same, but it actually isn't, because regret is actually probably more tiring and exhausting than actually doing the thing anyway, because at least you'll know then you can put it to bed. If it doesn't work out, you'll learn from it. And actually, when you plan and plan and plan, that's often the issue, because you're actually making up scenarios rather than bumping into real problems which come up on the way. And guess what? When you bump into a problem, you know it's an actual problem, rather than letting your brain come up with loads of different scenarios that probably aren't even true, or they're only true based on your previous experience, which isn't right now, or also maybe on someone else's experience. If someone else said, oh, I've done that before, it's not good, I wouldn't do that. And then that influences what we do, which is scary actually, when considering it's your happiness, not theirs. Yeah, so I hope that helps. Just wanted to share that today, along with Dora. Not letting her off because there's sheep around. So if if you're listening, that wouldn't have made any sense at all. But anyway, if you're watching, that would have made sense because there's a dog next to me. So I hope that helps. Any questions, let me know. If you haven't got a copy of my book, which is free, comment below or let me know. I'll send it to you. If you want a hard copy, you can go to Amazon. It's something like £4 on there. So, yeah. Any questions, let me know, and speak soon.